My name is Frank Pauline. I'm a senior electrical engineering major at the University of Scranton, and I'm here to talk to you about my final senior project. So basically what this project is, it's an autonomous delivery system that is designed for use in a warehouse. So basically it's going to be somewhat like a forklift that will autonomously pick up packages from a certain location, put them into storage in an organized manner, and then when it gets to that due date that it will be organized by, it will then put it out for delivery. So basically the idea behind this kind of came more inspired by the system that Amazon has. So some of the decisions that we have to make about this project are going to be what exactly is needed for the entire project, components wise, different types of controllers that will be used, and exactly what we want it to do completely. So I guess one of the big decisions that we have to make right now, my team and I, we have to decide if we're going to go with a certain type of microcontroller. Ones that we're thinking about using now are an Arduino, as that is a simple microcontroller that many of us have used before, so we'd have quite a bit of familiarity with it. We're also considering the Raspberry Pi. Now, some things that we've been thinking about with the Raspberry Pi, I have done multiple projects in the past with it, so I am very familiar with actually using the Pi. Now, a downside about this is that it doesn't have any analog inputs. So depending on what kind of sensors we finally decide to use, that could end up hindering us from doing what we want. Now, some of the components that we really are kind of definite on using, we're going to have two DC motors for the actual controlling the wheels and movement of the device. We're going to have one stepper, which we're going to use for raising the forklift up and down, so it will have the movement to pick up packages on multiple shelves, or multiple levels of shelves. And we're also going to have a servo motor, which we are going to use for the claw. Now, another thing that we're going to be using, we're going to have multiple sensors. This has not been decided what kind of sensors we need, but some that we have looked at were IR sensors. This could kind of be for for object detection, for safety of the working environment or the warehouse environment. We are also going to have some type of barcode scanning system. So whether this be a QR code or a barcode scanner, we are going to try to implement that with our device. This is so that when it picks up a package, it can actually detect where the proper location for this package will go. That will be further decided. Hopefully by the next video we will have that answer. Some other type of sensors that we may use, we might use some type of phototransistor, depending on what we do for keeping the bot in line and where we want it to be. That decision will probably be made by the next video, as I said. I guess as a conclusion, I guess the really big choices that need to be made immediately are kind of the microcontroller, if we're going to be using the Arduino or the Raspberry Pi. The Arduino already has the analog input pins, So if we do decide to use some type of analog sensor for measuring distance, for example, it would probably be easier to use the Arduino, but at the same time, the Raspberry Pi has the familiarity aspect, which could really end up benefiting us when it comes down to crunch time. So I guess we'll make a decision on that as soon as possible. And I guess the next really big decision that has to be made is really just how are we going to navigate within the warehouse. Some ideas that we've been having a line follower method where we would kind of have the track of the device already laid out. Multiple devices. One of the big things about this project is that there's going to be multiple devices that are going to be working in unison to really show the intercommunication aspect behind these devices. But having a line follower would really, I believe, benefit not running into each other in terms of between each device. So thank you for your time. I will have a new update very soon. Thank you.